with all of Southeast Asia to build better lives, a more sustainable society, a brighter tomorrow. It's time for a new chapter to begin. Together, we can build better. AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. Mitsubishi Electric.
No. And I'm fully on. Okay. Took. Yeah, got you loud and clear, yes. Nice and clear. Very, very, very faint. And I've got all my levels up very high. You're very, very faint. I've got you at maximum. Keep talking. No, really, really, really faint. It's almost like there's a loose connection somewhere. Are you pressing the right button your end? Gosh, that's, I heard you, but I've... Okay, you're right. Talk again. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Can't do anything. Okay, Myanmar, several changes. Tun Nanda U will be in goal. A back four. There is no David Tan. There is no Hein Zaya Lin. All change for them. All change for Vietnam as well. We have got about 16 minutes to kick off in Hanoi. Vietnam virtually guaranteed a place at the very, very top table once again. Victory today, and they will be taking on Indonesia in the semi-finals. As group winners, they would have the first leg at home. Indonesia runners-up. AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. It's the last round of matches of the group stages. We know that in Group A, Indonesia and Thailand, as expected, made it through. Here, Vietnam expected to make it through. If they were to lose, they would be looking anxiously at what's going on in Bukit Jalil. At Bukit Jalil, Malaysia play Singapore. Malaysia plays Singapore, and that is in front of a big, big crowd at Bukit Jalil. Causeway derby with real meaning. We'll be keeping you up to date with how those goals are going in and how it affects what's going on here. But Vietnam know the victory for them guarantees them a place. Indeed, even a draw probably guarantees them a place, but that would assume that Singapore then win in Malaysia. If that's the case, then we go on a situation where we're looking at AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. We're at the Maidin Stadium in Hanoi. It is the final round of group matches in Group B. Vietnam taking on Myanmar here. Simultaneously, Singapore are travelling to Bukit Jalil in Kuala Lumpur to take on Malaysia in a winner-takes-all clash. Two teams can qualify for the semi-finals of this season's edition of the AFF Cup. Three are very much in contention. Vietnam have their fate in their own hands. Victory here and they are guaranteed a place in the semi-finals. They're also guaranteed the group win. A draw and it becomes a little bit more difficult. It depends on the result between Singapore and Malaysia, and we'll keep an eye on that match as the night goes through. As for Myanmar, well, they are already eliminated, but they've shown plenty of spirit in this game. They got in this group. They got a 2-2 draw against Laos last time round with a 96th minute equaliser from Mong Grin Win, who is an absentee from their side today. They were also brave in their 2-3 defeat at Ulaanbaatar against Singapore, and were desperately unlucky in that they had a penalty saved in the last minute in a 1-0 defeat against Malaysia. So they've been competitive in all of their matches to date, but this is by far their most difficult task. Vietnam looking to make sure that they cement their place as the preeminent team in Southeast Asia. And for Park Hang-seo, their coach, they are looking to make a statement. Park's time as coach of the Vietnamese national team is coming to an end, and what a successful end it's been. And how he'd love it to include an AFF championship to his name. As for Myanmar, well, only pride is at stake, but for Antoine Hey, their coach, there have been moments where his team have really shown potential this time out without really looking like they were going to qualify. But we are all just about set. It is the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. We are in Hanoi, and this is the final group match. It's Myanmar in white taking on the host, Vietnam. Vietnam come into this contest with 2 wins and a hard-earned draw, where they were by far the better side against Singapore at Ulaanbaatar. Hit the post late on, and Hassan Sunny made a couple of fine saves for Singapore, but it ended up in a goalless draw. And they've rung the changes once again. They've really utilised their squad as much as they possibly can. There are 8 changes in their starting 11 to the side that started against Singapore, and explain what they are, and also about the Myanmar, who've made multiple changes in their 2-2 draw against Laos after the respective national anthems.
Quốc ca Myanmar. And now, the national anthem of Vietnam. Quốc ca Việt Nam.
Good reception for the respective national anthems, as always. But this is the calm before the hustle and bustle of the semi-finals, and Quang Hai, the little number 19, the majestic number 19, gets a start in this all-important match for Vietnam. They will play much higher-ranked teams than Myanmar in more important games for them, but they take every match with equal seriousness. For Park Hang-seo, though, he has rung the changes here, and there's a first start in this campaign for number 12, Hoang Viet An, as the sweeper. There's a return to the left-wing back for Duan Van Hau, who was involved in such controversy in the 3-0 victory over Malaysia last time the Vietnam played here in Hanoi. Hung Dung will look after the middle of the park, and Lau Van Kiet and Quang Hai to support Tien Lin and Tuan Hai as the front four. For Myanmar, 5 changes for them. We see the return of Tiha, the number 17 at centre-back. This man, Cho Min Oo, has got a big responsibility in the heart of midfield. Just try to keep Quang Hai quiet if he possibly can. Match referee is from Korea, Choi Hyun-jae. This is the starting lineup. We're expecting a 4-3-3 formation. Tet Ong, Ong Hein Tet, sorry, at the number 8. Looking forward to seeing if he can cause any problems for Van Hau down the right-hand side. As I say, plenty of changes, and it's a shortened squad for Antoine Hayes, Myanmar. But they are very much on a recovery after a disastrous period during COVID, and of course the country is going through difficulties at the same time. Match officials, Choi Hyun-jae, assisted by fellow Koreans Jang Jong-pil and Park Sang-jun. Fourth official is Thailand's Topong Somsing. And before the start of play, we're going to have a minute's silence in memory of the one and only Pele, who died sadly just before the new year. And if ever a man deserved respect from footballers around the world, it's that man. We remember him with great fondness.
Pele là cầu thủ có 102, và ông hiện vẫn đang là cầu thủ duy nhất trong lịch sử vô địch tại 3 kỳ World Cup. Ông là biểu tượng toàn cầu, khơi truyền cảm hứng và mang tình yêu bóng đá đến với mọi người trên toàn thế giới. Pele đã rời khỏi thế giới này, nhưng di sản của ông sẽ luôn đóng vai trò quan trọng trong thế giới bóng đá. Để tưởng nhớ Pele, trước khi trận đấu bảng B AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022 diễn ra, xin trân trọng kính mời quý vị và hai đội tuyển cùng dành một phút mặc niệm. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for a moment of silence to honor the life of football legend Pele, who passed away last December 29, 2022.
Respectful silence observed, and now the crowd can get into this match. For Myanmar, well, some kind of redemption is required. Narrow defeat against Malaysia and Singapore. A late rescue draw against Laos, which will have disappointed them after the way that they played going forward, in particular in the first 2 matches. And now the most difficult task of all. Malaysia taking on Singapore at Bukit Jalil. Kickoffs simultaneous. We'll keep an eye on that one, but our focus very much here on Hanoi and on Quang Hai and on Park Hang-seo, who has his own private thoughts, private prayers ahead of this final group match. 32-year-old referee gets us underway. Vietnam in the all-red, going left to right. And immediately we're seeing that Myanmar looking fairly organised. Four at the back, and Quang Hai just beaten to the punch. This is Tetong. Very ambitious against goalkeeper of the quality of Van Lam. Antoine Hey gives a thumbs up. I'm not quite sure how much he means, that one. He's the man who's taken over Myanmar and steadied the ship on very volatile times. Duiman launches it forward, long, looking for Tien Lin, who's one of those who's returned to the starting lineup. He and Tuan Hai will be the front two, with Quang Hai and Van Quet very much looking to get up in support as quickly as they can. And here's Hung Dung, who'll have the defensive responsibilities in the heart of midfield. Van Quet. Well, that's an unusual pull back. And that will actually go out for a throw-in for Myanmar. Some 40 metres from where Tuan Hai hit it. From where Van Hao hit it. Park Yang-seo. That goes down in his little black book. Vietnam met the threat of Malaysia last time out here with physicality. Header coming in from Viet An, Hoang Viet Nam. That's launched, Tiha. Chunky figure of Tiha, he'll play the kind of a sweeper role. That breaks to Kong Man. He was looking for the run from Selangor's Tetong. Three Yangon United players in the starting 11 for Myanmar, and three who ply their trade abroad. And they've started on the front foot, and Vietnam have started very, well, casually, shall we say. They're normally much more in the faces of their opponents. Min Oo in the heart of midfield has got a big job as Van Lam looks outside to Ho Tan Tai. Fine challenge coming in there from Tiha. Had to stretch, and then he's given it away. Hung Dung. I like Hung Dung, he's done well, but the ball is given away. Neat and tidy as Doman has to step in. Quang Hai leaves it to Ho Tan Tai. Long ball over the top. It's only partially dealt with. The goalkeeper made the decision to come to get the fist to it and got there over Tuan Hai. Good positive goalkeeping from Nanda Oo. He's from the Mewadi club. Just his second full international for the goalkeeper. Quang Hai, block challenge. Dung Hung, and Min Tu is down hurt, and the referee will certainly believe that that could be a facial injury. An unfamiliarly tepid start. Oh, it's his own player, isn't it? Cho Min Oo who's caught him. Thumbs up from the physios. Bang on the head as Cho Sin Luin just moves away. A concerned look from Antoine Hey. Record recently for Myanmar has not been good. The defeats to Malaysia and Singapore have outlined. They got thrashed 6-0. As a warm-up by Thailand. As a warm-up to this tournament. And last year, 5 defeats and a draw, including a 6-2 mauling by Singapore. But Antoine Hey has tried to put together a completely different squad. And although they will not qualify, oh, that's not good from Van Lam. That's an audacious effort. And Van Lam is quickly across his goal and has to stop himself. It was worth a go from Nang Nguyen. Ranked number 159 in the world, Myanmar. This is Doi Duman driving forward, Ho Tan Tai. Duman and Tan Tai from Hanoi to Binh Dinh. It's an all Hanoi back three. And they'll need to be together here as they were there as Tan Man was coming over. Tan Man, safety first. Now the 8 changes suggest a certain amount of lack of familiarity for Vietnamese, although the squad do play together an awful lot. There's a shot that's comfortable for Van Lam, but Quang Man has got the effort in, and the German coach, Anton Hey, can be quietly pleased with his side start. Pyo Win. A little bit loose down the line. He was looking for Lin Tet So. Do Hung Dung. Back to the central midfielder. Onto Van Kiet. Quang Hai. A little bit of space to operate in. Little surge of noise in the crowd as Tan Tai comes inside. Tien Lin picks out Quang Hai. Lovely play into Van Kiet, and touched home beautifully by Tuan Hai. A beautiful team goal. Vietnam on the way. Control possession football. A grimace from the German. Nothing but smiles and applause amongst the great and the good of the Vietnamese football. It's a 3rd international goal in his 12th start for Pham Tuan Hai. Van Kiet will get the assist, but it started much deeper than that. Raking ball out to the left-hand side. Lovely little touch on by Van Hao. Square ball across and getting it in front of his own centre-back. International goal number 3. Oh, it might even be an own goal. We need to look closely at that. Tuan Hai is taking the applause, but that could well have come off a Myanmar defender last. Nanda U. Tetong. He's in quickly, but Vietnam, as always, biting into the challenge. Vietnam's warm-up for this competition included a 2-1 win over a touring Borussia Dortmund side, which gave them great confidence. Dinh Nguyen flying into the challenge a little bit too heavily on Ho Tan Tai. Malaysia 0, Singapore 0 over at Bukit Jalil.
số cho đội tuyển quốc gia Việt Nam.
There's how it stands at the moment. Singapore, Malaysia goalless, so Singapore have their nose in front. I was hearing that they've gone for a fairly cautious team lineup, which is what they did successfully at Ulaanbaatar at home against Vietnam. Vietnam couldn't break them down, but they've broken Myanmar down already, and a fast break from Truan Hai earns them their first corner. Chen Lin, number 22, is always such a big danger at the near post area. And then they'll bring the two centre-backs in at the back stick, Doi Man and Tan Min. And Hoàng Viet An is lumbered forward as well, the big number 12. Looking for his first international goal, as is Tan Chung. Chen Lin's movement, goalkeeper does enough. That's really well defended by Viet An. Oh, nervous, and the keeper's way off his line, and we've got a... no, it's just wide. Well, Van Lam was on a completely different wavelength there. To his defender, a panic shot. And Lim Tet So's effort, well, it can't have been far wide. It looks like it's going in. Van Lam thinks it's gone in. Oh, it's a foot wide. But a real misunderstanding there. Doi Man and his goalkeeper, Van Lam. Chen Lin. The Binh Duong striker leaves it beautifully. Tan Tai. Cross-come shot is blocked. Again, a little bit casual defensively. Van Lam is casual. And again, they've got away with it, Vietnam. Two unrecognisable mistakes from Dang Van Lam. He's telling everyone else to calm down. I think it's him who needs to take a big breath. Heavy touch here, so much expected from goalkeepers. Just gets his right foot in the way. Going forward the other way. He runs into Nanda U. Chen Lin. Lovely little flick back. Quang Hai caught. He's such a small chap that the flailing arm catches him around the throat. Beautiful flick in from Chen Lin, though. As he cuts back onto his favourite left foot. Well, it's Thi Ha who just catches him as he tries to stop his own body weight going one way. So Quang Hai, the left foot, Ho Tan Tai, the right foot. Quang Hai with 10 international goals to his name. Centre of the goal. Ball covering one side. Quang Hai into the wall. Hung Dung did well. Quang Hai just dispossessed. Myanmar can try and break. Good coverage coming there from Tan Min. And Van Lam, having made a couple of mistakes, decide no chances this time. Flag is up for offside against Tetong. Look at that, 4 attempts by Myanmar already. The closest was the effort, the rolled agonising wide, 40 metres out from Lin Tetso. Quang Hai. Ho Tan Tai. Hung Dung. Quang Hai. He was looking for the ball for Tien Lin. Van Kiet took it off his foot, but then rakes it out wide to Van Hao. Van Hao's cross is overhit. Well, they may have the lead, Vietnam, but they're not looking their usual authoritative selves. There's a case in point, doing man with the error. And it needed a fine rescuing tackle from Ho Tan Tai to deny Hong Kong Man. Tihar back to his goalkeeper. And Tihar it will, who start things off again. Hung Dung. Van Kiet. Can't give Van Kiet and Quang Hai that much space, they will hurt you. Ho Tan Tai. Van Kiet. Couldn't take it in his stride, and Tihar cleverly just lifts it over. Kong Man. Plenty of red shirts back though, just to smother that attack before it can really start. Ho Tan Tai. Do Hung Dung at the base of that midfield. It's almost a 3-3-2-2 formation that Vietnam are operating, with Van Kiet and Quang Hai in very advanced positions in support of the front two. Doi Man. Hung Dung. Closed down physically by Min Oo, and that sets off Kong Man. He couldn't take it in his stride, and another missed kick from Van Lam. That'll break to pure win. Good hard work there from Rin Mo Ong. Rin once again. He's had a fine tournament, the number 7. 23-year-old earning his 34th cap. He plays his football in Thailand, but this is Tien Lin going the other way. Tuan Hai can't get the better of Min Tu. He kept his eye on the ball. Quang Hai. Again, Min Tu just focus on the basics of defending. Tien Lin dropping deep. Van Hao, lovely ball into Van Kiet. Van Kiet got the assist for the only goal that we've seen in the opening 21 minutes. And shadowed out by Hoang Viet An for a throw-in to Vietnam. Van Hao's ball. Ho Tan Tai, 3 red shirts in the penalty area. Couldn't pick any of them out. Little use of the shoulder from the diminutive Quang Hai. Number 19 plays his football in France at Pau. So approaching the midway point of this first half, it's Vietnam leading by a goal to 0. Expertly turned home by Tuan Hai after a lovely flowing team move. Indeed, I'm getting official confirmation, as I suspected, it was an own goal. Cho Xin Luin got the final touch. So Tuan Hai's 3rd international goal is going to be taken off him. He was certainly adjacent to the play, but it did look like it might have been the defender who got the last touch, and indeed, that has been officially confirmed. Now Myanmar are chasing a goal of their own, and they've got themselves a corner. Six in the penalty area. Oh, the header came in from Min Oo. There is Min Oo once again. Kong Man has to go all the way back to Mo Ong, and they'll start and build up again. Midway through the first half, it is indeed. There's confirmation of the own goal for Cho Xin Luin. Remains goalless at Bukit Jalil. Malaysia 0, Singapore 0. Vietnam not particularly interested in them yet. They've got their own job to do here. Xin Luin. A little bit slow as Pure Win. Tien Lin for Vietnam. Van Hao spent some time with the Dutch club Eden Veen. And the foul goes the way of Vietnam, but the man on the floor is Xin Luin. 18 attacks to 14. That shows you exactly how Myanmar have tried to take the game to Vietnam in the early stages. Tuan Hai, I'm afraid you've had a goal taken away from a young fella. As we have a look at it once again, it's a lovely ball in from Van Kiet. Tuan Hai gets across the man, but it's the defender, Zin Nguyen, who gets the final touch. That's the ball, though, from Van Hau. Releasing Van Kiet, and then, yeah, it's the right foot. Beautiful finish if you're a forward. Sadly, Cho Zin Nguyen is a fullback. No can do, young man. Hello. There's that kind of atmosphere to the game. The early goal, it's not exactly taken the stuffing out of Myanmar, but it's certainly taken the tension out of Vietnam's game. As Do Hung Dung looks forward to Tuan Hai. Van Hau. Tien Lin in the penalty area for a tap-in. Goalkeeping catastrophe from Nanda U. And Tien Lin says, thank you very much. International goal number 15. It's a soft goal. It's a dreadful goal for Myanmar to concede. But Vietnam will accept the gift. Second international start for Myanmarese Tun Nanda U, and that is not a good way to celebrate. Tien Lin, to his credit, it's a very modest celebration. Just got to put it behind you. Again, it's nice football. The cross, well, once you come for it, you've got to make sure you get two hands on it and claw it into your body. It's going away from him, but any kind of international goalkeeper's got to make that one stick, and Tien Lin says thank you. Couldn't have bounced any nicer to Tien Lin. He did have the awareness, though, to knock it wide of Tiha. Third goal of the tournament. 15th international goal in all. So 2 goals here. Goalless at Bukit Jalil. The longer it stays goalless, the more tense it'll become. Tien Lin skips away from a challenge, looks for Van Kiet. Just didn't put enough on it. Han Pyo-in into the impressive Ong Kong-man. There's confirmation of how the group looks at the moment. Vietnam have a massively superior goal difference, so even if Singapore were to win, Vietnam would take the group victory. Will have home advantage for the second leg of their semi-final. This is Van Kiet. He's thinking of a shot instead. Van Hau steps it up. Tuan Hai got the header in. Cho Zin Lin couldn't get it clear. Eventually gets the challenge in. Good play from Tan Min. Just stepped in. He's moved into the centre of the back three now. He and Hoang Viet An have swapped. Just a little bit more experience at the heart of that back three. for Vietnam, because they had 1 or 2 scary moments in the opening 20 minutes. Lack of communication, lack of assertiveness. Tan Man, though, is experienced enough just to be able to sit in there. Apologies, Han Chung. There's Van Houw. That's better goalkeeping. As we have a look at the top goal scorers, and Tien Lin moves into joint second. We saw Thirasin Dangda score 2 last night, 1 for the penalty spot, and the other an absolute beauty to see off a brave effort from Cambodia. 3-1 victory for Thailand. They top Group A, with Indonesia second. Here, Vietnam are topping Group A. And the group winners will take on Indonesia in the 2-legged semi-finals. First leg at the Senayan. Nicely played round the corner by Ong Nam Nguyen. Good save by Van Lan. The flag is, though, up for offside against Kong Man. There's the experience I was talking about of Tan Chung. He knows the man is behind him, just steps back. Tiha. Little give and go. Van Houw deals with it beautifully. Van Kiet carries on his run. Tuan Hai slows it down. Vietnam, when they get the ball, very European in the way they like to hold on to possession. Don't throw it forward. Very, very patient in possession. Tell the moment when they can strike. Here's Tuan Hai. Ho Tan Tai. Hung Dung. Spare man. Oh, it's just away from Tien Lin. Goalkeeper does enough to take it away from Van Houw. Van Houw tries to measure the cross. Van Houw, well, he's involved in a couple of very controversial moments against Malaysia, Van Houw. For a moment it looked like he'd tried to con the referee there. Doesn't need to do it either. He's a very accomplished player, Van Houw. Kong Man, nicely played, the overlap from Pyo Win. Doesn't break to So. Just going to have Vietnam, as soon as they get possession, they're confident that they won't turn over. So they can come out as a group. Just about every player on the pitch very comfortable with the ball at his feet. 36 minutes played. Vietnam had a job to do. They're not the most thrilling team to watch, very functional. Little moments from Quang Hai and Van Kiet can catch the eye. They are a functional side, very professional. So far, without really excelling, they've done a professional job here. And plenty of red shirts back defending. As Mo Ong sweeps the ball out wide to Pyo Win. 3 in the penalty area for Pyo Win. Tan Chung with a thumping header to Quang Hai. Little Magician finds Tien Lin. There's been a goal at Bukit Jalil. And it has gone to Malaysia. Darren Lock on 35 minutes. So a draw would do for Singapore. Now they've got to go out and try and seek a goal. Nicely played by Nang Nguyen. It's behind Kong Man. Quang Hai. Looking for Tien Lin. Breaks to Quang Hai. Hard-working Do Hung Dung finds Van Kiet, who asks a lot too much of Van Hao. Fans having a bit of a party as we have a look at the standings as they stand with that Darren Lock goal. Ho Tan Tai. Lovely ball round the corner. Tuan Hai looks for support. Tan Tai puts it up high. Van Hao to Tien Lin. And Van Kiet is blocked by T-Ha. Van Kiet looking for his 17th goal in international colours. And the man on the floor is Hein Pyo Win. Must have been Pyo Win who got the block in, because when this breaks to him, it looks like it's come off the shin of Min Tu. And the party carries on. That's not a bad replica, that. It's a heavy old trophy, so I know it's not the original, but it's not a bad replica. Players taking an opportunity to get some liquids on board. Dan Tuan Hay, who's one of those managers who's spent a chunk of time in Africa as well as Asia, after a decent playing career in Germany and England. One of the great things to see with Vietnamese crowds is the number of young people who are coming to the games. Hopefully they're invested in the future. The domestic league can be a little bit confusing at times of changing names and sponsors. But there is a depth and a quality, and this is a good generation of Vietnamese footballers. And they are 50 minutes away from a place in the semi-finals once again of the ASEAN Cup. Ho Tan Tai. Van Kiet. Quang Hai. Still Quang Hai. Blocked on the edge of the penalty area. Good defending. One back and then given away by Tuan Hai. T-Ha scoops it forward. Banquet just caught by the trailing leg of Nguyen Mo Ong. Ho Tan Tai tries to get there, goalkeeper, he does well. Tan Tai penalised for the foot-hide, goalkeeper Tun Nanda U made the decision to come out. Has come a long way out, it's good positive goalkeeping in the end. Thumbs up, responsible for a mistake that gifted Vietnam the second goal for Tien Linh. Possession just about 60-40. That's increased as this half has gone on. Myanmar started well, but Vietnam, since one or two little tactical tweaks, have changed that possessional stat around quite a bit. No yellow cards dished out by the referee, who's been pretty unobtrusive. Kyo Win. Clever play from Do Hung Dung. An awkward defensive moment, very, very quickly turned into an attacking option for Banquet. Referee just has a quiet word, and there's a handshake there as well from Cho Sin Luen. Quang Hai hoisted to Van Hao. Such a good option to have the left-sided wing back attacking the ball like that, good in the air and great on his left foot. Vietan's long ball dealt with. 2 minutes of time to add on at the end of this first stanza. It's not been routine, but the end result is pretty routine for Park Hang-seo's selection. Banquet. Vianquet can play it out wide, just behind Ho Tan Tai. Tan Tai squeezed into Quang Hai. Free kick, Quang Hai. Once again, just shifts the ball away. Buys the free kick from Cho Sin Luen. Quang Hai will be the man who stands over this. Scotland number 19, 4 in the wall. Tun Nanda U, very aware of Quang Hai's left foot. And Quang Hai goes for goal and isn't too far over. Half-time whistle goes. It's a comfortable start. Tien Lin, his third goal of this championship, adding to some hard work from Tuan Hai, who would like to claim the first goal but can't. A couple of scary moments for Van Lam. Unusual for him to be so nervous with the ball at his feet. Not vintage Vietnam, but very functional Vietnam. And they have a 2-0 lead. One of the goals courtesy of an error by Tun Nanda U. The other may well go down as an own goal at half-time. All going to plan for Vietnam, as it so often does. AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. Vietnam 2, Myanmar 0.
đến khi giấc mơ trở thành hiện thực. Giấc mơ không bao giờ kết thúc. Facebook cùng bạn hướng đến thành thắng của đội tuyển quốc gia. Trong cuộc sống, tất cả mọi người lựa chọn
When new challenges arise, we push forward. We're here to move forward with all of Southeast Asia to build better lives, a more sustainable society, a brighter tomorrow. It's time for a new chapter to begin. Together, we can build better. AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. Mitsubishi Electric. When new challenges arise, we push forward. We're here to move forward with all of Southeast Asia to build better lives, a more sustainable society, a brighter tomorrow. It's time for a new chapter to begin. Together, we can build better. AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. Mitsubishi Electric.
A very warm welcome back to the My Dinh Stadium in Hanoi. It is the venue for the last of the group games of the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup. And Vietnam, the hosts, virtually guaranteed a place already in the semi-finals, provided they didn't lose. Well, they lead Myanmar by 2-0. They've had 60% of the ball, they've had clearest opportunities, but they did have a scary opening 20 minutes or so, in which Van Lam was unusually nervous and unusually poor with his distribution. But Vietnam took their opportunities when they came, courtesy an own goal by Cho Sin Lin and a big pressure from Tuan Hai, who will, I'm sure, try to claim the goal. And also the second goal beautifully dispatched by Tian Lin after a mistake by Tun Nanda U. Change for Vietnam early in the second half. We're going to see Van Duk making his appearance. And for Myanmar, Yi Yin Tong, the Yangon United defender, he will be coming on as well. Sorry, he's a striker, left forward. Mitsubishi Electric changing for the better, delighted to have them as sponsors for the ASEAN Cup. Myanmar trailing by a goal to nil, going left to right. They're already eliminated, so there's no real damage they can do other than to their own pride, and they've improved in terms of performance in this competition, but their results over the last few years really have not been great, and there's a lot of work for Myanmar to do. This is Tetong. The confirmation of the change, but Ye Yun Tong is the change by Antoine Hay. There's been two, heads it upwards. Van Hao. Changing the centre midfield as well for Vietnam. He does utilise his squad, he keeps his squad as fresh as he possibly can. Man come on there is Chow Nyok Quang. This is Moong. Tiha. Van Kiet putting on the pressure. Ooh, goalkeeper needs to be careful. Just gives the ball away to Van Hao. He's not the man you want to give it to. Here's Quang Hai. Out wide to Van Hao. Good defensive work. Malaysia 1, Singapore 0 over in the other group match. That means Malaysia and Vietnam are the two likeliest to change, as we got confirmation of the substitutions. Yin Tong is on for Lin Tet So on the left of the front line for Myanmar. Headed clear comfortably by Doi Man. Tiha for Myanmar. Tiha again gives the ball away to Van Duk. Looks for Van Kiet. Diving header. Just couldn't get his neck muscles moving. Lovely ball in by Van Duk. Saw the opportunity very early, did the Songlam striker, earning his 39th international appearance for Vietnam today. Van Kiet is one of the more experienced. He's earning his 56th international. As Van Kiet is found by Quang Hai. The throwing goes the way of Myanmar. Tiha's had a good game. Chunky centre-back. Moang looks to the new man. Yeah, Yin Tong. Little give and go was on there. Said they come to the right-hand side. Pure Wind's cross is far, far too deep. Antoine Hay, who's normally pretty cool on the touchline, really frustrated that the cross was poor, but I think that the pass selection wasn't good earlier on. Duiman's header. Flag is up for offside against the hard-working Hong Kong man. It's all very low-key now in Hanoi. They know the job is virtually done. Save their powder for what could be an explosive semi-final against Indonesia. I understand in the other game there's a second goal for Malaysia. Confirm that in just a moment. Indeed it is, second goal for Malaysia. Long range effort by Stuart Wilkin for his second international goal. Here's Van Hao for Vietnam. Quang Hai, lovely play. Oh, how wide is To Tan Tai? Tan Tai! Effort blocked by Xin Nguyen. That's good covering coming over there by Hoang Viet An. Head to the box once again. This is Van Dijk. Coolly back to his goalkeeper by Cho Sin Lin. Quang Hai. Van Hao looking for Cho Nyok Quang in the middle. Cho has come on in the centre of the park for Do Hung Dung. Resting their key players already. They've got their minds already on that Indonesia semi-final. Belted clearance. They'll still try and look for a third though, Van Kiet. He's lost a little bit of the pace, but none of his skill. Lovely ball out to Van Hao. Van Hao looks to lift it up. Goalkeeper punches clear. Only to a red shirt, though. And Cho Min-woo completes the clearance. Taetong. And that's just nicely covered by Tan Chung. He's a really calm, cool, collected centre-back. They do have a real choice, 4 or 5 very good quality centre-backs. Going forward, they've got players like Van Dijk. He's got to the byline, Van Dijk. Was looking for Tuan Hai. Breaks to Van Hao. deflected wide, good save. Now this breaks to Van Hau. Very decent save that by Nanda U. I understand there's a third goal for Malaysia. And it's Stuart Wilkin once again. 2 goals in 8 minutes at the start of the second half. And so Malaysia almost certain through to a semi-final against Thailand. Cream rising to the top in the AFF Championship. And the flag goes up for offside. Even then, the ball won't go in for Tet Ong. Chance through for Van Kiet. 2 on goal, Van Kiet squares it. Second chance for Van Kiet. Blocked on the line by Tihar. Quang Hai was looking to make it 3. Van Kiet on the charge. Didn't fancy his chances one-on-one. Change for the visitors. Yan Pyo Win, who've been pretty good going down the right-hand side from the defence. He is replaced by Win Mo Cho. Like for like, defender for defender. The 23rd cap for him. That is once again dealt with. Chow can't complete the clearance. The shot rebounds to Ong Tet. Couldn't get any real strength in the shot. Goalkeeper Van Lam plunges for, and his 3rd decent save. It looks so comfortable for Vietnam, but they've had to rely upon their goalkeeper. And Myanmar have had their moments. Van Hau did well to put pressure on, but not foul Tet Ong. This is Van Dijk, who's looking to just pull it back. Cho Van Min-u gets there first. Vietnam now first to just about every second ball. Confirmation with Malaysia dominating at Bukit Jalil. The only way that Vietnam can lose the leadership of this group would be for Myanmar to strike with 2 quick goals. And we're going to get another Vietnamese change. This is going to be the very experienced Pong Hong Dui and the best of the midfielders, Hoang Duc. The game's come thick and fast. It may well seem comfortable now for Vietnam, but they'll want to make sure that come the 2 matches against Indonesia, they've got a full squad. And here they've got to defend. That's come off Ho Tan Tai, come off his hand. Hoang Duc has to wait. These awkward positions to defend right on the corner of the box. Defend they do, though, through Doiman. Then, Doiman, as the second ball wasn't particularly well cleared. Now Vietnam can make these changes. Quang Duc comes on for Quang Hai. It's quality for quality, but defensive quality for attacking quality. And a straight swap at left wing back. Van Hau, he's done his part, involvement in both goals. He'll come off and it's a like-for-like replacement in Yun Pong Hong Doi. Junior Quang. Quang, and only his 5th international, he'll enjoy the opportunity to patrol the middle of the park, and he'll have Quang Duc as support now. As Van Lam is closed down by Kong Man. Flag is up for offside against Van Quet. Van Quet once again. Cleverly done. Quang Duc rarely gives the ball away, Quang Duc. The ball in, looking for the lurking Tuan Hai. He's desperate to get his name on the score sheet, and Tiha is looking rather harassed at centre-back. Nice breakout here. We've got a 3-on-4 break. Yin Tong. Man over on the far side if he can pick him out. Yin Tong it was, though, who is dispossessed by, again, capable defending. They just get bodies back so quickly. Just look to the left of your screen, and now they come forward. They've been very disciplined today. Have Vietnam. Quang Duc. Hong Doi. Van Kiet spins it out wide for Ho Tan Tai. That's a quick recovery by Duin. The midfielder just couldn't get it on his right foot quick enough. And that was a chance for Ngoc Quang. Tiha in trouble. Vietnam, though, attacking. Stern challenge from Tan Tai. He wants to get to the byline. Ho Tan Tai. Referee happy that the tackle was a good one by Tiha. But look at that. Whenever the ball is pushed upfield, there just seem to be red shirts around the ball. Anytime you look at the picture, red shirts are absolutely bossing the screen. Chance for Tiha to get some treatment. Chance for Myanmar to make another change. Coming out is Mo Ong. And in comes Wai Lin Ong. Again, like for like in the midfield area. Fatigue may well become a factor now for Myanmar. They haven't played a huge amount of football. .25 minutes on the clock. Vietnam utterly in control. Quang Duc. Nhok Quang. Quickly taken free kick. There's a break on here. He's not the quickest Kong man. He's a good target man. But he was easily caught up by the centre midfield there. That's nicely played by Lin Ong, who's just come on. Kong Man tries the ambitious shot. It'll bounce off a Vietnamese shirt, and that'll be a corner kick for Myanmar. Looking for a consolation. Big man coming forward. Min Oo makes his way. Thi Ha makes his way forward. Van Lam. Good clear call, you heard that one right the way at the top of the main stand. Quang Duc spreads it forward. Oh, that's a rash challenge coming in from behind by Nang Win. Nhok Quang doesn't appreciate it. Well, in days gone by, I would have been saying what a fabulous challenge that is. Looked like he got the ball, but not in the current situation. That's Lin Tet So, who that explains why he went off at half-time. Nhok Quang. Lovely ball into Hong Doi. Just guided forward to Van Kiet. Stood up to the back post. Nicely played. It was one full back to the other. The wing backs work so well. Really, really well coached team. That really is what Park has done for Vietnam. They know what they're trying to do as a group of players. That's fired into Van Kiet. Even a man of his technical skill can't control that. Final 20. Tan Chung again doing a very good job defensively. The Hanoi centre-back has been outstanding. Indonesia await. That will be an awful lot more well supported than this. The crowd have done their best. They're enjoying the party. Hoàng Việt Nam not enjoying the moment as he limps off. Looks like he's okay, and it might just be a precautionary change. Yen Tan Bin is preparing to come on for what would be his 9th international. Meantime, Yin Dong, Lin Ong. It's another corner for Myanmar. They certainly have not disgraced themselves today. Bodies in the box. It's Ho Tan Tai who gets the clearance. Lin Ong's header wide. Tiha tries to pick out the intricate pass. Lin Ong once again. Yeah, Yin Tong. Look at that, 13 attempts to attempt, 3 on target each. Just being the clinical nature of Vietnam. Quang Duc lifts it over, flag stays down. Fabulous goal from Cho Nhok Quang. Took his time, looked at the options, and then bashes home his first international goal beyond the despairing leap of Tun Nanda U. Well, when he gets the ball 25 yards out, I'm sure everyone was saying, don't shoot, you're not renowned for that. Nhok Quang, well, he took his own counsel. Antoine Hey now looks glum. The day is done. Now, when it breaks to him there, you think he's got to play it out wide. Instead, 23, 24 metres out, curls it into the corner. No pressure on him. That'll disappoint Antoine Hey and Myanmar defensively. But Quang Duc into Nhok Quang, and then Nhok Quang goes, okay. Now that's how you score in internationals. Nobody closed him down. Even so, it's a lovely strike. Nhok Quang's first goal of his international career. Well, the party had started a long time ago for the fans who are here. Tan Chung, nicely played. Vu Van Tan is the latest change on, and Vu Van Tan He and Ho Tan Tai have a real rivalry for that right wing-back position. Tiha's had a good game. I'm sure there'll be bits about this Myanmar performance that'll have pleased Antoine Hey. The goals, though, won't. The concession of the goals. Excellent strike, though, the third was. Clinical, though, the finish was for the second. Defending, not the best. He had to think of a second one, did Nyok Chung. Vu Van Tam, beautifully done. Nice play. Vu Van Tam looked for the diving header, did Tuan Hai. Van Kiet. Again looking for Tuan Hai. Nyok Kwang. Ooh. That could well be the first yellow card. Indeed it is. It's a naughty one by Nang Gwyn. And Hong Hong Dui will feel that one. Oh, the ball's a good 3 yards away. Nang Gwyn may miss the next match if he is selected for the next edition of this AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup. Myanmar are no longer involved in this year's tournament after today. Vietnam definitely are. Making their own entertainment. It is one of those games where you've just got to make sure you don't make mistakes against on a potential banana skin. Antoine Hey's side started well, but then conceded the own goal inside the first 10 minutes. And the goalkeeper coughed one up for Tien Lin. Well, hopefully Hong Doi is all okay. Vietnam, I think, have made 5 subs. Vu Van Tam. Nicely played, Van Duk. He really is wanting a goal, Tuan Hai. He started against Singapore, he started here. So he can't complain about lack of minutes. As Cho Min Hu bashes that one out for a throw-in. Lovely run. Referee thought of a penalty. It was Van Duk who was on the charging run. Tiha did well under pressure from Van Duk. Semi-final pairings as they are, 6th of January, Indonesia versus Vietnam. So not an awful lot of recovery time. Just a few days for Vietnam before they go to the powder keg that can be the Senayan. Wonderful, wonderful sporting venue. After that will be Malaysia versus Thailand at Bukit Jalil. Friday and Saturday. And And on the 9th of January, Hanoi will be the venue for the return against Indonesia. And those blue empty spaces that you can see in this stadium, I do not think will be empty for that 9th of January game. Long-range effort from Wai Ling Ong. Ball knocked in, comfortably dealt with by Vietnam. Chance for Tuan Hai. Tuan Hai, good goalkeeping. Right to the extremities of his penalty area for the goalkeeper. Possessional stats close to 60-40. Tetong. A fully recovered, magical work there from Bong Hong Dui. Bong Duk. Hong Dui carries on his run. Only now the red shirts get into the penalty area. Van Kiet smuggles it out wide. Wu Vu Tan. Too many bodies in the way there. And Hein Tetong, who's really not had much opportunity to drive forward. Hein Tetong has, well, you wonder how Myanmar will look back on this. It's only a single point. They maybe could have got a result at Singapore. They had chances when 2-3 down. Hong Duk just helps it into Tiha, who's defended stoutly for Myanmar. But there's a real gap between the big four in Southeast Asia and the rest. Philippines rebuilding. Cambodia probably looked the most promising of the others. They played well against Thailand yesterday before succumbing 3-1. Lovely play for Van Kiet. Oh, that's nearly a second own goal by Xin Win. Just past the post. He did well, he was covering. The final changes, Kong Kant will come in. Well, he's substituting the substitute.
Substitutes for Myanmar. Player number 19, replaced by player number 21,
Yan Nangu from Yangon United comes on. What will be his 44th international. First job he has to do will be to defend. It's a lovely flick on at the near post, probably just got too much on it. Yan Nangu will come on for Kong Man. Mains 3-0 at Bukit Jalil. Malaysia over Singapore. Causeway Derby turning out to be a rather limp affair. 3-0 here as well. Relatively tame here as well once the early lead had been established by Vietnam. Here's Van Kiet trying to add to that. Van Kiet, can he slide it over? No, he couldn't, because Tiha again just came over to sweep. Again, the near post is won by a red Vietnamese shirt. Nangu. He looked up and All you can see is red. They just smother the space so well, Vietnam. And most of their opponents don't have the ability to manipulate any space that there is. Again, just see they swarm around the ball carrier and then are so good at retaining possession themselves. There's a man down. It's the hard-working defender, Yi Min-tu. Singapore have pulled one back. Faris Ramli. Time could be running out there, though, for Singapore. Malaysia still holding a 3-1 lead, but should Singapore get another one, it'll be a scary last few minutes for Malaysia. Vietnam want to make sure that they avoid a concession. Defence has been very, very strong. They've yet to concede a goal. They're so practical, they're so organised. They beat Laos by 6-0. Had a day off before they then beat Malaysia 3-0. Goalless draw against Singapore, and here holding a 3-0 advantage. Vietnam. Quang Duc is almost contemptuous in how he's playing. Number 14, lovely left foot. See just the gentlest little... Oh, beautiful ball by Van Dijk. Goalkeeper is out to just mop up, but the casual elegance of Quang Duc's pass. Then he looks to strike forward, Quang Duc! That would have been a beauty. Instead, he just lifts it over the top. Cramp kicking in now. This is Tihar once again. It's the third time Tihar's been down, second time for Cramp. There is Quang Duc. He's just like a Rolls Royce. Scored the final goal in the 3-0 win over Malaysia. It's been a fourth goal for Malaysia. Singapore clearly sending bodies forward. And Sergio Aguero. No, not that one. Malaysia's Sergio Aguero scores his second international goal. And that job really is done and dusted. Malaysia, Thailand, that will be interesting. That will be interesting. Indonesia, Vietnam could be explosive. Myanmar looking for a consolation. Vietnam, though, looking to make this even safer, perhaps. Tuan Hai. Again, the goalkeeper is spending a lot of time out of his penalty area at the moment, Nanda U. Myanmar are trying to push bodies forward, Nanda U sweeping up behind. Third goal scorer, Choi Nyok Quang. Quang Duc just lifts it out wide to Hong Doi. Hong Doi again. That was just a little bit casual. Strong challenge coming in from Tan Chung. 4 minutes to add on. Those Hanoi kids have been partying in the stands. Can carry on the party. But they better prepare for a very, very tough matchup against Indonesia. Just look how many red shirts are back there. Even now, even when the game is done and dusted, qualification is decided. The work ethic the Park Hang-seo utterly demands is there for all to see. Good block coming in there from Doi Man. Now look at the space that they've got. Quang Duc, you don't want to give him space. Van Kiet looks to lift it over the keeper and completely gets it wrong. He's had enough chances for a hat-trick today, Van Kiet. Two big one-on-ones with the keeper. Credit, though, to Nanda U. Kong Kant. Still driving forward, Kong. Long range effort. Design. Deserves a good save. That's beautifully struck. From a long way out. He's had to make 4 pretty decent saves, Van Lam here. This is Menu. Doi Man's clearance. 4 on 3. They play it in early. Goalkeeper's off his line. This time the goalkeeper's beaten and the goal is denied for Tuan Hai. He cannot buy a goal. They're smiling now, and real credit to the backtracking defender, Tetong. Van Kiet, determined to get a goal. Now there's a 3-on-2 break the other way. Sorry, a 4-on-3 break the other way. Again, look at the Vietnamese. They're still chasing back. 6 defenders back, plus the goalkeeper. Up against 4. May the odds forever be in your favour as it comes off the referee. Here's the moment where Tuan Hai was convinced he'd score, but Tetong, a striker, back doing really sterling defensive work. Park Hang-seo's seen enough. He wants the referee just to blow the full-time whistle so he can get his team wrapped up in cotton wool, sort out the travel arrangements to Jakarta and get the team ready for that massive match against Indonesia. They've done what they needed to do here. He's managed to give some rest time to his key players. At the moment it's still goalless, and it will remain goalless as the final whistle goes. It's a comfortable 3-0 victory for Vietnam over Myanmar. Pick of the goals, a fabulous strike for Chao Nhok Quang. There was an own goal by Cho Zin Win to get things underway. Quang Hai missed a hatful of chances to make it even more comfortable for Vietnam. but they've done what they needed to do. They've got through this tournament, the group stages, without conceding a goal. They've picked up 10 points out of 12, and they've finished it all off with a comfortable 3-0 win over, again, Myanmar. But there was only really ever going to be one winner. Vietnam 3, Myanmar 0. Vietnam will take on Indonesia in the semi-final, because Malaysia have beaten Singapore, and Malaysia will be taking on Thailand in the other semi-final. Full-time stats, 60-40 effectively, the possession, 20 attempts to 14, 6-4 on target. Both goalkeepers, well, 4 saves from Van Lam, who had a shaky start and nearly conceded a silly goal after a mistake, a misunderstanding between him and Doi Man. But Vietnam, tell you what, it's so hard to score against them. Even when they did have the chances, Van Lam was there. That's how the final position of the group is. Malaysia 4, Singapore 1 confirmed. Vietnam 3, Myanmar 0. Qualifiers, Vietnam and Malaysia from Group B. Vietnam as group winners take on Indonesia as their reward.
Xin chào Tiến Linh, chúc mừng Tiến Linh về bàn thắng ngày hôm nay, cùng với đó là chiến thắng của đội tuyển Việt Nam. Tiến Linh nhận xét như thế nào về sự thể hiện của toàn đội?
Ngày hôm nay thì toàn đội cũng đã chơi rất là tốt và cũng đã có một chiến thắng giòn giã trong ngày đầu xuân năm mới. Có 4 phút đầu thì cũng hơi do bị điều kiện sân bãi cũng hơi trục trặc một số vấn đề, nhưng mà toàn đội cũng đã khắc phục rất là nhanh chóng. Và ngày hôm nay thì trước sự cổ vũ khán giả nhà cũng như là một trận đấu đầu tiên của năm mới, đội tuyển Việt Nam đã có một chiến thắng rất là tưng bừng, và chiến thắng này dành cho tất cả người hâm mộ Việt Nam.
Trận đấu ngày hôm nay thì Tiến Linh cũng đã có những lúc bị đau và được rút ra ngoài sân. Linh có thể chia sẻ một chút về chấn thương của mình, và Linh có tự tin rằng mình có thể thi đấu ở trận đấu gặp Indonesia?
Hiện tại thì chấn thương của Linh cũng không quá nghiêm trọng, và phần còn lại là Linh sẽ cố gắng nghỉ ngơi và nghỉ ngơi thật tốt để có thể đạt một cái thể trạng cũng như một cái sức khỏe 100% để bước vào 2 trận đấu khó khăn ở bán kết với Indonesia.
Linh nhận xét thế nào về đối thủ đội tuyển Indonesia tại bán kết?
Indonesia là một đội bóng mạnh của khu vực, và cách họ đang thể hiện cũng rất là tốt, và đội tuyển Việt Nam cũng có những cái chiến thuật riêng để có thể khống chế đội tuyển Indonesia, và hy vọng là sẽ thi đấu tốt trước đội tuyển Indonesia ở trận đấu bán kết.
Cảm ơn Linh.
Chúng ta ပထမပိုင်းကစားပုံကောင်းတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဂိုးမရဘူးပဲဒုတိယပိုင်းမှာတော့ player တွေအကုန်လုံးကတော်တော်များများ player တွေက possession အောက်နေတယ်ကစားတာဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဘင်းနဲ့ဆို champion ဖြစ်ဖို့ဒီပြိုင်ပွဲမှာ champion ဖြစ်ဖို့သူအလားအလာအရန်ကောင်းတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော်အများကြီးဒီနေ့ player တွေဒါပေမဲ့ပွဲပဲ player တွေရော like injury player တွေရောရှိတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့အကောင်းဆုံးကစားသွားတယ်ဒါပရိသတ်တွေအကုန်လုံးမြင်တယ်ဟုတ်
Yes, early minutes of the first half, we dominate the game. We had a lot of chance, but we cannot finish to get to score the goal. In the second half, we tried the best for the goal, but unfortunately, The Vietnamese team is more better than in the second half. Some of our players has a little bit mistake, but they try the best for a good game. Vietnam team potentially they will be the champion in this tournament. He predicted, yeah.
As a forward, you play against defenders of Vietnam. What do you think about the performance? Like Vietnam keep the clean sheet for after 4 games.
Yes. Vietnam player တွေက definite draw ကောင်းတယ်။ကိုတကူရပြင်းတယ်ဘယ်တော့မှအဲ့တကူကောင်းကောင်းပြန်ထိန်းထားနိုင်တယ်ကိုမပြရဘူးဆိုပြီးတော့နံပါတ်2ကတော့ဒီနေ့ပွဲမှာအရင်ကောင်းတယ်ပေါ့
Yes, the penalty and they have good defending technique. Also, the player, the defender, they can play technically for the defense. Actually, play number 2, they play very well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.